In this section, you will be introduced to St. Andrews, and you will find out what is so unique about this town. You will also learn one of the local legends from the surrounding area. St. Andrews is a seaside town to the northeast of Scotland in the county of Fife. It is famous for its golf courses and for its university, which is the oldest in Scotland. It also has a beautiful 3-kilometre long beach, which has even been featured in some movies. It was called St. Andrews because it was believed that some of the remains of the saint's body, which are known as his relics, were brought here, and it has been an important religious place since at least the 700s. St. Andrews became the patron saint of this town, which means he was considered to be a protector of the place. In the 8th century, the king of the Picts established a church dedicated to St. Andrew. The Picts were an ancient people who lived in the area during the late Iron Age and early medieval periods. It is thought that they got their name from a Latin word which meant to paint, as they would decorate their faces and bodies with tattoos and dyes, which led them to become known as the Painted People. But back to St. Andrews. As I said, this was an important religious place, and it was actually the ecclesiastical capital of Scotland. That means it was the country's religious capital. It is considered to be one of the smallest places that is so well known around the world. It has only around 17,000 permanent residents, and the town centre is only around 1.5 kilometres in diameter. In true Scottish style, there are plenty of myths and legends in St. Andrews and the surrounding areas. Local legend has it that some years ago, a visitor to the area took a detour and visited a small church close to St. Andrews called Danino Church. He saw a path leading from the church into the woods and decided to follow it. He saw a little stream which cut his path off, and on the other side was a beautiful little settlement. There were cottages covered in thatched roofs and roses. He saw people in old-fashioned clothing going about their daily business. He watched for a short while and then continued on his travels. Around 1 year later, he returned with a friend. They followed the same path and reached the same stream. But on the other side, there were no houses. There was nothing but trees. He was confused, and he asked some of the local villagers. He was told that there were a few houses with thatched roofs and roses, but they had been knocked down over 100 years ago. In fact, this site has a history that goes much further back than that. Danino Den, which was the spot this visitor had unknowingly stumbled upon, was a place of ancient worship, which is supposedly haunted by fairies.